first question was, how much does it really cost to make a song, and why does that price vary? You want to set it off, D. Ray?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get serious. Okay, so how much does it really cost to make a song? You can make a song for as little as nothing. It can cost you up to $1 million. It really is
Mhm.
dependent upon your level of expertise, your level of skill, and it depends on the access you have to musical instruments, to any apparatus that can make the music, record the music, store the music. And so, if you're a type of person like, you got a hand me down guitar, you can stand out on the corner and make songs all day. But
Right.
if you're not a musician, or you're someone that requires a computer, then the cost of your songwriting is going to go up exponentially, because now not only are you looking at equipment, you're looking at microphones, you're looking at interfaces, you're looking at programs, you're looking at some plugins to create a commercially uh, competitive product.
Right.
Then you're also looking at, okay, what am I going to do with it? Because for me being a music marketer myself, whatever I spend on producing that song is the exact amount of money that I'm going to use to promote that song. So if it's
Mhm.
costing me $1,000 to make that song, to get that song produced, I got to be prepared to spend $1,000 on promoting it. So that is, in a
Or more.
nutshell, the why prices could, and most times they vary.
B. Sharee?
Um, well, I've come to find that it's a lot just in putting one single out, just one. Um, from the start to finish, and now everything is visual. People are visual now. So just to shoot a video, that's a lot, and it takes a lot into it. Not just music. It's music, videography, it's where you can shoot, is who you can get to be there. If you need extras, you got to pay people. You got to pay venues. I mean, it's a lot to it that I know a lot of artists and I see they want to jump into it, but their mindset is I want to sing and I want to do this and I want to do videos like that. But when they really get into it, like that's when the shock smacks you in the face.
And then too, the other part of
Yeah.
that is when you have a if it depends on your skill set. If you're not doing it, you're trying to pay somebody else to do the task in question that you need to get your
Hmm.
record done. So if you are a videographer and you own 3 or 4 cameras, then your price obviously is going to be a little less. But then if you're trying to get 3 or 4 different angles, obviously you just one person. You're gonna have somebody to help you. And then
Right.
if you don't produce music, you're gonna have to pay a producer, and then that cost is gonna be significantly higher depending on the caliber of production that you're looking for. You know, and
Right.
even when it comes to engineering, getting your mastering done, so that price range can literally cost you nothing to $1 million. And I saw a comment here.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Chris White said, "I think my man answered it perfectly." Well,
Hmm.
well, Chris, there's a lot of different answers, man, to that. That's just one part.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
there's
I was.
a lot of
Yeah. Go
different
ahead.
moving parts. But go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for independent artists that are watching us, they're gonna be listening down the line. If you inboxing someone that you think can quote unquote do something for your career, this is where the attitude comes in from
Yeah.
people that say, "Hey, my time is valuable."
Hmm.
Because I'm just getting familiar with B. Sharice. But I know Rico and I, we've been in this game, 30, 40 years. We got computers, we got software. We were just talking about plugins today that
Hmm.
we've invested. We've invested thousands upon thousands of dollars in programs, man hours, training, all of this other stuff. And there has to be a return on that investment. So the idea of you, exactly, Chris, the idea of
Hmm.
you coming and
Right.
saying, "Hey, help me get on." It's like, "Oh,
Right.
I'll help you get on when you get a budget."
Correct.
Hmm.
You know,
And a lot of people don't know what a budget is.
right? True.
And then so let's talk about that real quick. A budget. What is a budget? Like, how do you determine what your budget is? For me, if I talk to somebody about a budget, because see, it's one of the questions that we got on a list, man, that we're going to discuss with, like, is music a good investment? So when you create a budget for yourself, this is because music is not a guaranteed return. That's the first thing. It's not a guaranteed return, right? So when you create a budget for yourself, you budget yourself the amount of money that you can afford to lose. If things don't pan out,
That's right.
you want to try to be prepared, right? Because having a budget is part of making preparation. It's a piece of it, but the dollar figure determines, because obviously when you budget that money to do whatever you want to do musically, you still have to live, right? You still gotta, if you got a car payment, you still gonna have to make it. Like the biggest thing that I see with artists, they don't really understand. They think because the society that we live in, when it comes to music videos and social media influencers, and everybody's trying to get followers, people really just think that as soon as you start doing music, you can start cashing out. And a lot of people that you see that are doing music been doing music for a long time, building their fan base, and they're just not catching up. But I'm gonna cut right there. Go ahead, B. Go ahead, B. You was gonna say something.
That's and that's the whole thing. A lot of people think just because you're out there like that and you putting yourself out there, oh, she's making money now, and that's really not the case. Like you still have all your regular bills and all the extra that's added on top of what you're already doing. Um, and it could be something that's out of the way where you have to figure out, am I going to pay this, pay my car note, or pay for this so it can further me? And you have to make those kinds of decisions, and it's really a gamble. In music and any kind of business, it's a gamble, and you got to be willing to make proper choices when doing it. So a lot of people don't understand that. If they think it's just a cakewalk, and it's really not at all.
Danny?
Yeah, I piggyback on what what B. Sharee just said. You know, it's an unfortunate truth, and I'm sorry, but you either got to be a shark, or you got to have some shark-like tendencies. You got to understand what shark blood actually does for you in this business, or don't get in the water,
Yeah.
because there are some predators out there.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I tell Rico all the time, a shark is fair. You know why a shark is fair? Because a shark will tell you, you jump in this water unprepared, you get you dinner.
And this is what I'm going to do.
This is what I'm going to do.
And if you don't want to be dinner, or have the possibility of being dinner, don't get in the water.
Don't get